How much does the media influence you? Consider this as I share 3 stories that have come to me in the last week. So, just met with a friend who returned from Central America, living in an expat community where you literally have people all around the world. And since March, his community, they've all been watching this unfold in an area that's been relatively unaffected. In terms of government interference, in terms of people's daily lives. For them, absolutely, they've been affected in terms of tourism, and they've been glued to their TV sets and newspapers. And each of them comes from a different country. So some from Australia, some from UK, some from Canada, some from USA, all countries around the world. And he said what was most interesting was as each of them was tuned in to, the Canadians into CBC and the Americans into their CNN or Fox or whatever they're into, the Australians, the UK, into BBC, into Sky News, that kind of a thing. Each of them had a very different perception and reaction to what was going on. Even though their lives, where they were at present, hadn't really changed, right? But their behaviors had, simply due to the media that they were tuning into. Another example, I've been chatting with someone here that lives in Northern Ontario, and to date has had not only 0 deaths, but 0 cases. Small town in Ontario, 0 cases, yet everyone is walking around with absolute fear, following all the rules to the T, but yet 0 cases. No one knows anyone that's even had it. Yet they're living in this reality that it is present around every single corner in their small town. Another example, man has a father up in northern Saskatchewan, principal, again, following all the rules. And I suppose this is maybe beyond media, but example of more kind of government reach, where again, 0 deaths, 0 cases, and they are, following these extreme guidelines when nothing has actually ever happened in their community. So media certainly plays a massive role in our perceptions and in our actions. So we need to question, who is the media? Who is it owned by? Got to question their interests, their motives, be it political, be it financial, because everything has a bias. I have a bias. I have a motive. Everyone has a motive. And I think gone are the days, truly, of independent journalism, really laying out the facts. The media has been very complicit in this kind of generation of fear, stirring the pot, the hysteria, even just for the pure simple fact that it increases viewership, right? Everyone's been glued to their TV, to their papers. What's the latest update? What's going on? Of course, they're going to choose stories like that to keep people engaged, to keep their ratings up. And I think that is one of the biggest things that has allowed this to go on for as long as it has and to reach the heights that it has. Then you start looking deeper. Okay, who owns and controls the media, right? The Murdoch family and their interests tied to pharmaceutical companies and vaccines. So when we start looking at censorship, when we start looking at who's allowed to speak and who is not, right? Someone like Bill Gates, how's he become the expert on all this, right? Well, he's the funder of so many organizations. He's allowed a voice at the table. Other people, not. Does not suit their best interests. Media, it's a big influence. We got to start seeing through it.